Hey everyone, welcome to our VectorVest channel. My name is Glenn, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest, and tonight's video is going to be on a stock that everybody is still talking about, Nvidia. And tonight we're going to go into Nvidia's competitive edge. Why is it still a good stock to buy, or is it still a good stock to buy? We're going to dive a little deeper into why Nvidia is Nvidia and why it's been doing what it's been doing. So first, let's get into it. It goes without saying that Nvidia leads the pack among chip companies capitalizing on the generative artificial intelligence trend. With this, it makes sense that among the chip stocks, Nvidia has gained the most thanks to this secular growth trend. Everybody and their mama is in AI, chip stocks, tech stocks, that kind of thing. Why? Because it is rocking. Nvidia is up more than threefold year to date, while shares in the company's competitors, hear this, have merely ridden its coattails, rising by considerably less so far this year. Man, that's a mouthful. So, did you know that the current market cap on Nvidia is $1.67 trillion? It has recently bypassed Amazon as one of the most heavily market cap stocks. It's going after Apple. I wonder if you think that Nvidia has the ability to outpace Apple as far as market cap. Type a 1 in the room or in the chat if you think it could bypass Apple. Last quarter, quarter four revs grew by 265%. Net income surged to $12.3 billion. All of this adding to why it is so dominant in the space. Now, let's talk about some of the challenges for Nvidia going forward. We banned some sales of chips into China. That did affect them, but you know something? The upside, the demand for the chips is bigly up there, all right? Surge on GPU usage could ease. You're going to get an understanding of what I mean by this, because Nvidia was big in the gaming industry. Their chips were there for games, for great quality games, especially for gamers. Those chips were killing it prior to moving into the whole AI space. Now, here's the second part of this. The shift to on-device capabilities reduce GPU usage. Now, I do want to tell you something. You know, Apple is looked at as they're falling behind in the AI space. I think you guys need to keep your eyes on Apple. I didn't say to go buy it, but keep your eyes on Apple when it comes to AI. See, Apple normally doesn't start off as the first people to do anything in new technology. They look at it, they analyze it, and then in my opinion, they put it out and they do it better. You know, I look at the Google glasses compared to the Apple glasses. I think the Apple glasses far outpace what the Google glasses can do. And Google put theirs out before Apple. You know that? So Apple looks, analyzes, and then they go to work. And I think that they do a good job of, pretty almost perfecting what they do. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this is because watch Apple this year. Apple is going to be trying to put all AI, instead of using a GPU or a computer, to be able to do it on a device, like a Mac, like an iPhone, like a tablet. I'm just curious about that, and that could be a challenge for Nvidia going forward if they start pulling back from computers and start going into the Apple ecosystem with those devices. Competition is on the rise. Microsoft and Amazon doubling down on AI. And again, I just talked to you a little bit about Apple, how that's going to could possibly affect Nvidia going forward. Governmental regulations. That's going to hold back Nvidia and everybody else. But you know what I like? I like the companies like TSM, ASML, Intel, Apple, bringing chips back to the United States, making them here or in Taiwan, which is a partner, instead of having to depend on Chinese technology or the getting those chips from China. And profit taking, insider selling. I don't know if that's a challenge. I just think that outside of the retail investor making money on this, the retail, the insiders are going, man, I'm going to take my money too. So I don't know if it's really a challenge, but it could help to bring the price of NVIDIA down. NVIDIA's key strategies. How about this? AI and getting into generative AI. Gaming chips, the H100 chips, extremely popular. Everybody and their mama who's in the gaming industry wants these chips. R&D, high performance graphics. Again, that was their bread and butter when they were in the industry specifically for that before they jumped into AI. Data centers. Did you know that they were in the field of also autonomous vehicles, professional visualization? And this is a key strength for NVIDIA right now. They're buying into and collaborating with other AI companies. That's what's helping them to make themselves big going forward as well. So, talking about going forward, NVIDIA going forward, we believe that NVIDIA is well positioned to continue to dominate this space going forward as compared to its competitors. But as always, have stops in place, take profits, and protect against losses, especially if the market looks like it wants to start to turn over. I'm not getting into that conversation right now because I've been saying be protected for the longest time, but the market just continues to go forward. Again, another conversation for another time. All right, let's get into the software. And the stocks that I wanted to look at to compare NVIDIA with were stocks from the Magnificent Seven and also other stocks that were making noise in the AI space, like Intel, like SoundHound, like TSM, like ASML. The rest of these stocks happen to be in the Magnificent Seven. I figured that was a great place to start to look at competition for NVIDIA. Now, as I built this watch list, the first thing that shows up is, from a VST perspective, NVIDIA is at the top of the list. As a CI perspective, stocks that go up more than they go down, comfort index stocks, it's at the top of the list. Let's move over to growth, earnings growth at 49%. Look at that sales growth, 265%. That's huge. And by far the biggest to at least say that the earnings growth rate will be sustainable because they're selling enough product to make sure that they can continue to grow. Now, if I look at all of these stocks, for the most part, they're fundamentally sound. Look at them. For the most part, just about everyone is fundamentally sound. So it shows that these stocks are almost on an even playing field when it comes down to analysis. All of the stocks are a buy. A few of them are holds. SoundHound, I do like that as a hold. Way overvalued. A lot of these stocks are going to be overvalued as well because people are driving these prices higher. But I look at Alphabet. That's undervalued. I look at Meta. It is undervalued. And those are about the only two in the list of 12 stocks that are undervalued. These stocks do have good upside potential. Look at the relative value. Sorted by relative value, NVIDIA is at the top of the list. Sort by relative safety, NVIDIA is now number 3 in the list, but that's only because I'm looking at this, I believe, alphabetically, because there's 3 companies that have relative safeties at 1.47. These companies make money. And last of all, let's look at which ones are moving up the most. SoundHound right now is on a hot move. And outpacing NVIDIA from a momentum perspective. But when I go back and look at the other fundamentals, relative VST above 1 and CI above 1. I'm going to do one last thing for you. I don't even want to look at these graphs. I'm sure that you guys have been looking at these graphs, but I'm going to show you something else. I'm going to bring you a performance graph where I can look at NVIDIA, which is in this little, I don't know what color it is, as compared to its industry over the last year. I'm going to look over the last year, blowing its industry out of the water. They all start from a value of 0 and just over the last year performance. Let's put on SMCI. All right. Now, SMCI actually is outperforming NVIDIA. That's interesting. Really interesting. Let's go look at Meta. Let's go look at ASML. Let's go look at Amazon. Let's go look at TSM. Let's go look at Google. Notice that all of these colors are popping up below NVIDIA. Let's go look at SoundHound. Nicely on the rise as far as performance. Right 2 steps below NVIDIA, Microsoft, Apple. Look at them just pop up. Intel. All of them below, and Tesla. All below. And looking at NVIDIA. But look at this. Might have brought something to the table for you. Look at SMCI's performance over the same period, really outperforming NVIDIA. I still think that overall, as you look at all of these stocks, that NVIDIA is still a power play, but I do want you to keep your eye on SMCI in this space, looking at that as well. This is why I bring these videos to your attention, so that maybe you get a little bit more than what you expected by looking at the video. I love the dominance of NVIDIA, and we looked at the analysis. I still like it overall, but don't sleep on SMCI and performance as well. All right, so this is all about the dominance. NVIDIA is a great play. SMCI, as we saw, is another great play. If you are brand new to the channel and you like what you saw here, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you'll be alerted when new videos like this come out. And for you guys that are just doing that, invite people to see what we're doing here at VectorVest. Why? Because we do the work. We want you to reap the rewards. If you like the content overall, don't forget to hit the like button, share this content, share this content, share this content. People want to know, man, should I get in NVIDIA? Should I not? I think this analysis shows just how dominant NVIDIA is. And I just want you to look for a good buy-in point if you're not in it. If you are in it, leave it alone. Right now, wait to see if NVIDIA still has the wherewithal to keep going up. But the stock is a dominant stock. It's killing it. And you can make some money in it as well. Just make sure you time your entry price. Folks, this video is over. Until the next time, see ya.
Good day to everyone out there in VV Nation. My name is Jerry D'Ambrosio, Manager of Educational Content, and I would like to invite you to join me at the upcoming VectorVest International User Group Forum. We'll be broadcasting live on the VectorVest YouTube channel on Saturday, March 2nd, 2024 at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I'll be joined by Rick Franklin, Canadian consultant, and our keynote presenter will be none other than Susan Hayes-Culleton, Managing Director of VectorVest Europe. So join us for a global market review, trade ideas, and a fantastic keynote presentation titled Taking the Pulse on This Week's Earnings. We look forward to seeing you there.